Take a look.
He asked me if I would cooperate in a portrait, and I said I'd be glad to. And then he explained that he was going to do a series of these portraits in preparation for a show exhibiting faces of the North Fork. In the process of talking with him, it came out that he was interested in suggestions of other people that would have an interesting face and also an interesting story.
Pearl Harbor, our west coast became a potential combat zone. But no one knew what would happen among this concentrated population if Japanese forces should try to invade our shores. Military authorities therefore determined that all of them, citizens and aliens alike, would have to move.
I haven't really, I haven't really drawn too many portraits, except I did some of my family, children, and they're portraits as I interpret them to be. But when I began this project, I realized that the paintings I did of these people, they have to look like, because otherwise they won't understand it. So that's Jamie, the young girl. Jamie is a student in New Hampshire. She's a college student. She was born here in Southold. So I began a painting of Jamie, and I did one of Eddie too, her father. And that's Ned Adams and his wife. He lives in Orient back there. I just started that, and he's a Bay man. A Bay man, I understand, someone who practically lives in the Bay, and he loves to go clamming. So I had to include his rake and his boat, and seagulls, of course, love clams. And Doug Rogers here with his wife, he's also a Bay man. He lives in East Marion. And perhaps to prove that he's a Bay man, he has his collection of tools, paraphernalias, spears and eel spears and, posters I did for ACLU. I did a lot of work for ACLU. Statehood is a front page news of statehood when Hawaii became a state. And I used to write a column for the Honolulu Star Bulletin. And when it became a state, I stopped writing. And I have a drawing there from my old friends Andy Warhol. That's Andy's drawing. Here. He did a drawing of the Nutcracker Suite, and I don't think he probably knew too much about the music, so he drew the musicians like nuts. Yeah, it's funny.
So you have met Andy Warhol?
Oh yes, sure. And William Steig gave me 2 drawings. He's a cartoonist for the New Yorker. So many things. Can't show you all of it, but maybe we want to go back there.
I knew that Neil had a professional life in the art world, but I really didn't know who exactly he was and what he's been known to do until that day, sitting, with him and rolling the camera and just letting him talk about his life. And many of these people he introduced me by their by the artwork they gave him. You know, they weren't just fly-by-night, one-time event people that he met along his career. They were his contemporary friends. These were Neil Fujita works. He created those graphics that everybody knows and probably will never forget. The one that really astounded me was the graphics of the Today Show. Neil Fujita created that graphic, which is still used today.
Aiko does wonderful quilts. She's won several prizes with her quilts. And this is one of the prize winner from the last exhibition at the Suffolk Community College. This was selected by the judges, and also it received the best of the viewers' choice. This was a painting of Jimmy Rushing that my friend Tom Allen did. Tom Allen did a painting of Jimmy Rushing on his way from New Orleans, Kansas City to Chicago, then later to New York, carrying his briefcase, his suitcase. Wonderful jazz singer. Jerry Andrea did a painting of Miles Davis. Love it. I just love it. And my friend Ben Shahn is here. This is the poster for the exhibition that I had in Bridgehampton. This is a poster called Eating Before the Apple. Eating before the apple, Arthur, is before Eden, before the apple. That even I, when I saw these leaks driving back through Watermill once, what time of the year, and the leaks were out on the stand. And I saw these leaks on the stand. I told Aiko, son of a gun, that's the largest leaks I've ever seen. And so I did a drawing, painting, tying the leaks to, well, men's, take a look. This one is not circumcised. and the green onions is a nice contrast too. There's a painting I did 20 years ago, maybe, but I did it soon after the sad death of Emmett Till. You remember Emmett Till, the black boy who was killed and thrown into the river in Mississippi? And that was really a shocking experience. And I wanted to paint something about, this little boy. But I was painting abstract then, and I couldn't tell that story abstractly. But I wanted to have an idea where the white and the black are glued together. They're chained together. So I wanted to show them chained together, and they're both reaching for the sun. If you go back to America, to what Emmett Till is, it was a very moving period. I just wanted to show the white and black are bound together. No matter how much, they disagree, how much they dislike each other in some areas of the country. They're bound together, Arthur. You know, we're all chained together.